Good morning, my dear. I am so grateful to share this gathering with you, to be here with you. This is such an exciting moment, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. This is the first gathering of the Council of Nine. We're doing this. The first live one is going to be on Monday, August 4th, 2025. And it had been requested to be the first, started in August, but it was a few months ago that I had connected to the council and let me start at the beginning. I've been channeling and connecting to the Council of Nine since I first started channeling. And it's been a joy and a privilege to connect to them and to talk to them and to be here with them. And so a few weeks ago, it had been actually a few months ago that we talked about doing live channelings, live meetings. And my human was very like, that's a big step into public professional channeling. And it's just a big leap to channel such a divine group, such a very exciting group. And it was a few weeks ago, they came in and did a channel, and it was like, there was a really cheeky back and forth where they're like, the first week of August is when we want you to do this. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Galactic Council of Nine of, energies and entities that are outside of time and space, but that is Mercury retrograde. And I would never recommend that a client or a friend or a person of soul would start something new during a Mercury retrograde. And they said, I shared it with my members. They were like, this is the role that you said that you would play on this planet, so play it. And so it was not something new. It was not something that I had just birthed. This is not a collective that I am even close to the first soul to channel, nor will I ever be the last. So this is a message for this collective. And so I wrote down some questions that I wanted our first connection, our first channeling to be. What are their intentions for these gatherings? What is the most important message for this collective? What are some practical advices that they have for being a human being right now? And there was a little bit of I wanted to say, like, how can we connect to them more? But then safety came through. There was a lot that was like, I was half human, half channeling, and it was just a lot about divinity within connection and connecting to your, yourself inside. You'll be able to, how do I say, as human souls, we're all meant to connect to specific guides, whether it be the Council of Nine, whether it be Yeshua, whether it be Metatron, whatever it may be. We all have kind of one that they want you want to talk to them more, and they want to talk to you more, and that, as far as spirit team goes, will ebb and flow. And so I wanted to offer, like, how can you connect to the council more? But they wanted to really connect on how can you find your council. Maybe it is the council, maybe it's the GFL, maybe it's an archangel, maybe it's Kuan Yin, maybe, like, they wanted to be like it, open, expand your lens a little bit, expand your reach to say, maybe it is the council because you come to these gatherings, or maybe it's a different divine entity that wants to connect with you. So I wanted to really offer practical things that we can utilize, practical tools that us as human beings that are in time and space can really integrate into our lives. And something that's very important that I talk about on YouTube all the time, and it's in the disclaimer, I mention it, which is my voice unlocks codes within you. And so as I'm channeling the nine, you can sit back and just receive. You don't have to be taking notes. You can listen to this as many times as you'd like. This is going to unlock knowings within you. This is going to awaken things inside of your own body, inside of your own being. So grounding every single day is without question one of the like non-negotiables. I want you to put grounding every morning up there with brushing your teeth or putting on pants. Like I want it to be in that caliber of you wouldn't fathom leaving the house without doing this. You wouldn't fathom it, like just I want it to be in that category. And the way that I talk about that is going to shift definitely. And it's very much going to be, I'm going to let Sybil out. So pardon me for just one moment. Just one moment. You don't want to stick? Pardon me. She gets excited for the channels. And when I connected them on my own, she's always like right there with me. So making sure that you are grounded, making sure that you are doing your bubbling work, that you are safe and protected. I'll ground us, I'll lead us through a little bit of a grounding before I begin, and then I'll bring us back from that at the end of this. So making sure that you are doing your saging, Palo Santoing. I have on my desk at all times. We get pine and frankincense, crystals everywhere, selenite all over the house. Really do your bread and butter. Your chop wood carry water, as I call it. Things are good, chop wood carry water. When things are cuckoo pants, chop wood carry water. When things are bad, chop wood carry water. What do you do for you? And really letting that be something that is so. We're going to continue. So let's set up to ground and we'll invite the council in. And the way that I channel, if you've never been here, and the way that it goes with the council is that sometimes I let them speak through me. Sometimes, if they're giving me pictures, I will describe what it is that I'm seeing. So sometimes it's full trance channel. Sometimes it's a little bit more round table type of a conversation. But we'll see. It really depends on the question and it depends on how it goes. But you'll definitely be able to tell. You can definitely tell when I'm looking at you and I'm me and I'm talking and I'm describing the pictures and the images that they're giving over here, or my eyes are closed, or I'm kind of dazed off into the TISM space. So that's a little bit about how I do my things. And it's different for every single channeler. It's different for every single person that brings in their divinity. So I'm excited. I'm gonna get us grounded, and then we're gonna start off with our questions and see what the council has to say. There's an excitement about this that's really coming through, so I'm here for it. I think it was no accident that Uranus is in Gemini for the first time that I do this publicly, and it's all about new ways to communicate. And today alone I have this and one other more audio-based offering that I'm beta testing with my membership group. It's just very exciting to find new vocal ways that are unlocking things. And so let's find a comfortable seated position or laying down if your intention is to receive healing from this. And there's some of you that maybe are worried about family members, please bring a photograph of them or have that with you or hold them in your mind's eye and they can be included in this. Remember, as always, healing and any sort of energy work is an offering. So if any soul is not keen to receive those types of energies, it will wash off of them like water. But if you would like to set intentions individually as to how you would like to feel after this, and know that you will receive what you need to receive, and you are not bound to receive anything that you do not need to receive. Take some deep breaths. And when this is live, it will not be interactive. I have my questions ahead of time. So if there are questions that you're interested in asking the Council of Nine, please send them to me ahead of time. Please send them to me. And this is going to be live over Zoom in the future. It's going to be an $11 investment for yourself, and you'll receive the live access as well as the recording within 24 hours. So if you can't make it live, you can get the recording from it. So, but the first one for July, Uranus and Gemini, is completely donation based. So if you receive from this, just pay what you can. All the links are below to my donate page. So thank you so much. Let's find our comfortable position. Sitting, standing, laying down. You could be walking or running or gazing off into the blue sky. Let's breathe. Then ground down. A single grounding cord or a triple braided grounding cord, whatever suits your fancy. Visualize your grounding cord going deep into the earth, deep into the ground, past the light and all things that wiggle and move, deep into the center of the earth, where all of our grounding cords across time and space connect together. Be here until you feel the tug, tug, tug of your grounding cord safely, safely, safely connected to the center of the earth. And visualize it pulling tight as your cloak of invisibility and invincibility covers your grounding cord, your astral cords, your entire body being, your house, your friends and family, if you choose to do this work with them now. We are safe to connect. What are the intentions for these gatherings? What are the intentions for these gatherings? To be with more souls that have leadership capabilities, that are standing tall in their sovereignty and feel very alone. And feel very alone. Whether you have a following in the millions, whether you have no following at all, there is a connection of hearts and souls, of loneliness to say, I feel awake while many other. It is not a judgment to say that others are deemed to be asleep around you. It is a vibration of a differential that you are seeing. It is a vibration that is different. From your perspective, it is perceived that they are not awake. It is as if they have all gray rocked you, as the term is, gray rocked you, and it becomes not enjoyable or even boring to say a word. And you feel alone. You feel a call, a tug on your heartstrings to do or say something different. And we come to this collective now with messages of excitement. Excitement. What draws us to Sarah is very similar to what draws you to Sarah. And it is exciting to give you safe counsel, safe counsel, safe counsel in moments of vast expansion. There are many whom feel very stuck in what they are in. The similarities between all of you are profound, and the differences are irrelevant. You see yourself in a different world that is not where you are, and we offer unlockings to help expedite the processes. There are many new and seemingly magical galactic lightning bolt, as Sarah likes to say, for the planetary transit that is happening today. It could be perceived as things just seemingly falling from the sky, falling into your life, allowing assistance is a paramount decision, and we are here to offer words of comfort and a space for those to come that are ready to leave behind only what does not serve them. What does serve them and what does vibrate within their soul's field comes with. There is no leaving behind what is to come. Thank you. Thank you. What is the most important message for this collective? What is the most important message for this collective? Life and death become one. You could call it ego life and ego death. You could see, as you are experiencing, many souls that choose to go to the next time and space for them. For you, it feels like people are dropping like flies, as the crass saying says. And it is painful. There are more words to say to that. Please scope out. Please scope out and view the changing of the human consciousness and human collective as a moment of tension at this juncture. If you feel pressure in your head and chest at some times, if you feel like the same day has been happening over and over and over, it was because your soul said at this juncture, I need assistance. I do not wish to do what it is that I am doing alone. Those prayers are answered by this council. You have been heard. You have been loved beyond measure for your entire existence. And the love that you've given yourself has blossomed across universes to connect to our telephone, and we come to offer assistance. It will be vibrational for each and every one of you. There are hours of time we could spend in verbal communication attempting to explain what happens with codes unlocking. But what forms inside yourselves is a knowing of full integration. It could feel disconcerting, sleepy, confusing at times, but things in the right time will be fully understood inside of you. The more you rush, the slower it goes. The more you rest, the more it integrates into your being. Nature or reading or walking or crying, laying down or sitting in quiet contemplation. What is fascinating to Sarah, she wishes to share. I thought my glasses were on. It's interesting what I'm seeing. It's as if when we scroll or when we do things that are, it slows us down, actually. Like when we sit and look out, it's very much our channeling is coming online, the way that we see things. It's almost, yeah, it's like the technology that we see is going to slow things down a bit. And it's just your body might be addicted to the dopamine hit, or might be addicted to sugar, or might be addicted to some, but these things are slowing us down, actually. It's a lot of this has to do with AI, which is fast, like very much speeding things up. But it was very fascinating, the image where it was like we literally dumb down, but the more we sit and just kind of veg, the more we actually upgrade, like candle gazing, like very, very simple things. But there is this, it's like a momentary boredom that you just have to get over. It's kind of like the first 5 minutes of meditation. You got to get past that to get to the good stuff. It's like that. You just got to get past the boredom. You're like, is this even working? And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa. And it's like tripping without anything. It was really cool what I was seeing. I wanted to share that. Thank you. I've been connecting to them for many years now, and they're like, you do you, girl. You do you. You do you. You want to step in? You want to talk about it? You do you. You do you. I love the way that they come through. It's so fun. So, some practical advice as a human being, practical advice as a human being. And to really circle back to that last question, life and death are like consciousnesses that are on the council, like the energy of life and the energy of death, from my perspective. And this is very much like the council has been channeled for many, many years and many, many lifetimes. So I'm not going to say that this is doctrine, but for me, the energy of life and the energy of death are two energies that are on the council. So when I say life and death, I'm like life and death come forward to connect. It's usually like one collective that I see of them, but for that last question, it was life and death that had really come forward. So what's some practical advice as a human being? They're taking a vase that says practical advice and they're shattering it on the ground. So let's some practical advice. Turn the word practical upside down. Flip it over. Add some woo into the soup, as I say. Whatever tools, it's like they're just showing me visuals. Like whatever tools you have decided that are practical will be practical. Like the moon is in Sag as I'm talking. So I'm thinking like higher education, spirituality, and really asking yourself, like, why are things labeled as big? Why is something labeled like the laws of comparison, the universal laws of comparison? And very much, if you do nothing else in this world, base your decisions off of the universal laws. There is some unlocking that's going to happen with this if you're open to it, to really open your mind and expand your mind and integrate what practicality means. A lot of the times we've equated practicality to safety because we're afraid of what's beyond the veil, what's beyond the field. Think of me, Sarah, as your steward. Nothing that comes through is painful. Nothing that comes through is harmful. You are safe. And you can come back here as often as you need. This can be something to fall asleep to. This can be something to integrate. They're asking me not to monetize this so you can listen to it in full stream. So I will answer that. Let me make it note. So you can just listen to it and it doesn't have the ad interruptions. So where's my next question? Practical advice as a human. Shifting the word, shifting practicality. Shift exactly whatever you decide is going to work is going to work. Like really shift practicality to placebo. And what you say, like there just has to be an exchange of energy. So I think that the common denominator of what, in a lot of your perceptions, is what I'm saying, a lot of your perceptions for the group that is here, what differentiates you from the others in the room, in the cafe room, is what you have in your bank account. And that's it. And so for a lot of you, it's I feel lonely because of what I have in my bank account, or I feel lonely because of what I don't have in my bank account. I feel as though I can't this, I feel as though I can't this, and everyone in between. There is a judgment of differentials based on the bank account. So what binds you all is the way you feel about it. So start to look at life like the video game that it is. Ask for treasure chests. Ask for what it is that you need. Ask for what it is that you want and offer something in exchange for that. Like, what if you sold roses for $10,000 each? Like, one doesn't have to equal the other until you label it that it does. Really, really. Look at the there's a lot to be said about finances, and there's a lot of negative forces that are trying to manipulate the way that you feel about yourself based on finances. And it is a game. It is a game. It is a game. Look at it as a video game. There's a correlation that they're making, negative hit that you get when you look at a bank account versus the positive hit that you get with a quarter and a slot machine. It's become an addiction because there's energy that's been definitely, there's a lot of clearing that could be done, some practical advice, having, a better relationship with money, having a meditation with money, changing your bank account, like closing your bank account, opening a new one. Like there's a lot to be said. The first person that I ever heard say that was Erin Lyons. So I want to really highlight that person's work as well, because I had heard that channel through her. So it's just a validation that like the energy that's been in your bank account, it's like that's an energy. Is that the safe container that you want your money to feel good in? Or have you had it for a long time? Clean out your closets, clean everything, literally clean everything, clean the container, clean your wallet, clean everything, put cinnamon in it, do all the things, but like give it a purge. Anything that touches money, anything. And this could be, honestly, if you are going from like 6 to 7 figures, 7 to 8 figures, 8 to 9 figures, this is for you as well. Like really clean the castle, clean the vessel, and look at every single account that you have and give it love, give it attention, tell it where it's going. Because it's just, there's stagnation. There's stagnation in a lot of your accounts. There's a lot of you, have been, things have been going down or things have plateaued. A lot of you. And really acknowledge it and clean up. There's a few investments that some of you really need to pull out of. If you are working with someone that does not share the vibration, that if you don't understand it, there's a few of you that need to pull out of some collaborations and some investments, because the person that you're collaborating with might have an audience, but you just get a weird vibe from them. Pull out, pull out, pull out. Some of you are recognizing that your neighbors are not the people that you want to be living around and next to. It's time to start looking. And there's a lot that I'm going to be talking about quantum jumping and quantum leaping. So I'm going to have more content for you available for that. And maybe that's something that can come through in the next council meeting. But full on, start looking. There's community that's looking for a lot of you, and there is a lot of you that are looking for community. There are communities that are ready to form, and there are communities that are ready to dissipate. They're scoping that out to the entirety of the planet. There are a lot of shifts that are going to be happening all over the world, as far as politics, as far as boundaries, as far as finances are concerned, as far as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, as far as like literal tectonic plates that will be shifting. So if you're feeling a call to do something and go somewhere, they're giving me a time span over to 2030 for a lot of these shifts to be happening. Just name it. In this moment, name your request. Even name the knowing. View it in your mind's eye and say, this is the vibration that is not working. And show it to your guidance team. And say, I need help with this. I need counsel with this. I need counsel with this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is perfect. So we're going to really finish off with, we connect more deeply either to the counselor, to our own guidance teams. How can we really integrate counsel into, how can we work with energies outside of ourselves? They're asking us to start with what you know. Ancestral, Yeshua, angels, Arcturian's grace, the birds. Start with what you know and what feels safe, and ask that energy to invite the next guide in to commune with them. As if a bird drops down a caterpillar or a monkey, as if Yeshua brings Mary to the table, as if the Greys talk to the Anunnaki or Arcturians and bring them to your cafe and bring them to your table. You individual, it does not have to be here. Start with where your heart sings and finds peace, and not what feels grasping. Do not try to lift a weight you have never lifted before unless you have form perfected with what is easy. You know what you have decided the boundaries of your environment and paradigm are. Stretch them, be open to seeing the air breathe, the walls move, and massive shifts becoming teeny. You can expect shifts to be very what your collective has called Mandela affections. It could be a tree is now somewhere where it was not. The front door has a handle on a different side. This person's birthday I thought was here but is there. Expect time hopping leaps, or simply a butterfly to fly by. It will look different for each and every soul. Each and every soul. You define how big or small the leap in consciousness can be. You declare it. There can be no assistance without declaration. We cannot come to you, nor can any other being of the light, without invitation and request. Question and discern always what comes through, remembering always that collectives are not God. There have been timelines and times over that this collective has been perceived in godlike form many, many moons ago. There comes a moment that no word can take from you what you have pedestalized. Keep your feet firmly on the ground and question always, young seekers, your intention, and find beauty and clarity in your vessel at all times. Drinking clear water will help from top to bottom. Expect slight discomforts in head and ear ringing, and breathe deeply into it. Many of you have had sleepful or sleepless nights that are common nowadays. Be with yourself and breathe deeply. into your heart spaces. Love clears many timelines. Trust your feet and hands, and let anything outside of your skin become changeable. You will find where you are being called to, saying, this is what needs to change, and I will go, is part of the first step. We close now and welcome questions for our next gathering. Thank you. Thank you. Start to take some deep breaths as we come back into our bodies, we come back into our rooms, back into our spaces. That channel is now closed. We've cut ties to that channel and that connection. We are now sovereign in our space and back in our bodies and back in our minds and back in our hearts. I'm going to count from 1 to 5 to give us a moment. 1, movement, fingers, toes on the earth. 2, stretch the spine with neck. 3, shoulders, belly, core being. 4, a little bit of shaking. And 5, open your eyes and be back. Take a few moments here and we'll have a sip of water before we close. Take a few moments here. Light some sage Palo Santo. Always have a crack in the window so that anything that's not meant to be in can leave. Something an old soul friend had reminded me. Even in the summer or the wintertime, you can crack it open and close it again. Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to honor, and I won't monetize this so you can watch it from start to finish. Please, these are going to be starting in August. These are going to be live over Zoom. Please reach out directly if you would like to join the next gathering. Ask any questions you may have. How does this feel for you? And I'll definitely be talking about this a lot more, but my email address is in the description, and I'll be updating my website shortly to really get this started. But it'll be the first Monday of every month. I'm still not sure on the time. I'm thinking about doing it earlier in my morning so that it's usually I'd say 11 or 1 p.m. for Eastern Standard Time, but I'm thinking about doing it very, very early in the morning. So the souls on the other side of the planet can join in community. So it might be a little bit earlier for my Eastern Standard Times, but like I said, when you purchase the council gathering, the meeting, you can show up live or you will receive the recording as well within 24 hours. So whichever way you'd like to join, you're welcome to. Thank you for being here. Yes, like I said, this is going to be $11 investment for every meeting. It's not going to be membership based. It'll be just come whenever you'd like. You are bound to come every single time. And this one is pay what you can on YouTube to let you know a little bit about what's being offered. So I love you so much. I will see you all very soon.